Hi guys, welcome back to A Little Bit of Everything family. As you could tell, we are not in our regular setting because, like I said, we were going through some changes in the Little Bit of Everything household. I'm sorry, I look like trash. Imagine this dress is like 30 years old, you guys. All my pregnancies have been in this dress, and this dress is very important to me.
Mom,
so, I hope you guys are doing great. I hope your mental health is way better than mine. Yes, Alexander?
did you wear that dress when I was in your tummy?
Yes, I wore this dress when everybody was in my tummy. Savannah, Emmy, the twins, Emmy and Nikki, Leslie, Victoria, Ashley, and Alex. And if you're asking who Ashley and Victoria are, they were my two daughters who passed away.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to my baby girls. And I have a date with them when I go to heaven. So I'll wear my shoes, babes. So today we're gonna do something a little bit different. So we are in the kitchen as Emmy eats this humongous bowl of arroz con leche. As you can see, I made arroz con leche because she just doesn't stop eating. We're gonna be listening to a song by Selena Quintanilla, which is what we're gonna do. Our next project is we wanna give some respect to some of the people who have passed on and have made such an impact in our life. And Selena Quintanilla was one. Shanann Watts was another.
What about Richie Valens?
Richie Valens is another. So we're going to do a lot of different little things for people that have passed on and that's an impact in my life. And talk about who they were and etc. Donna Summers died in 2012. Of course,
Aaliyah.
you know, a lot of. Sorry, guys, my
Selena.
kitchen has a mind of its own. It does things. So today we're gonna focus on Selena. Selena Quintanilla was born April 16th.
1971.
1971. Thank you, Alex.
You're welcome.
And she left a legacy when she was born in Lake Jackson, Texas, and was raised in Corpus Christi, Texas, where she started her career, and was taken away March 31st
1995.
of 1995.
By her.
Now, backstory about Selena is I was a really big fan. I even look like Selena. I'll show you guys pictures of why I said that. And I would comb my hair like her because my hair's poofy like hers. I do my lipstick like her. I do my eyebrows like her. I was a really big fan. 2 weeks before her passing, two weeks before Selena's passing, she was going to perform in Los Angeles. At the time, I had just gotten married, and we were going to buy the tickets to go see her, or we bought the tickets to go see her. And I have the stub somewhere, but we didn't go because, well, she had passed on, and we did not want to. There was a funeral service or like a memorial done that day, but it wasn't a concert. So we were really, at the time, my husband and I were not going to go to something like that because we were really young. You know, I was only 18 and my husband at the time was 19. We're really, really young.
When she was.
But I was a really, really, and I've always been a big fan. So I'm trying to find a picture. Okay, so as I was living in LA and all her horrific, untimely death happened, I used to live in a little home. So I lived in a house, right?
You lived in Los Angeles?
I did. So I lived in this house, and in front of my house, there was this gentleman who had just gotten out of prison. So there's a story to where I'm going with this, okay? So why is this important, right? You'll ask yourself, what the heck are you talking about, Emily? Oh, well, listen. This guy had gotten out of prison here's Emmy. Hey, Emmy. If we don't know who you are, my name is Dr. Amelia Wars, and this is the owner of the channel. She gave me a chance to tell you my story about Selena, and I'm telling you my story about Selena. So this guy, he had gotten out of prison, and he came over to my house, and I had no idea who he was. He just looked like some cholo from LA. And he came to my little gate, and he said, hey. And I said, hey. And he was like, what's your name? And I said, oh, my name's Emily. And he's like, oh, hi, I don't even remember his name. Son, I don't even remember his name. But he was a gangster-looking guy. He had tattoos, you know, like somebody who comes out of prison.
Can I say something?
I know not everybody who comes out of prison has tattoos, but this guy did.
Can I say something?
And so when he came up to me, he said, do you know who you remind me of? And I was like, who? Now I'm thinking he's trying to come on to me because I was really young, okay? And yeah, at the time I was really pretty and I didn't look like a whale like I do now. But I was really, really young, like an Emmy. Imagine Emmy really young, and then, you know, yeah. So he came up to me and he said, you know who you remind me? And I said, who? And I was thinking he was going to say somebody like some Mexican actors or something because, you know, whatever. At the time I didn't dye my hair. My hair was black. I didn't do nothing but wore a little bit of makeup, which was the red lipstick, the iconic MAC lipstick, my eyebrows, and eyeliner and mascara. No blush blindness like I have now. Look at my blush blindness. Looking like I'm going to pinch my cheeks. Anyways, that's not the point. So, and I said, who do I look like? And he goes, you look like Selena. And I'm like, I look like Selena. goes, you remind me of Selena. Your body reminds me of Selena. You look like Selena. And I'm like, I'm a big fan. He goes, are you? And he said, yeah. And I said, yeah. And then he said, would you accept a gift if I gave it to you? And I said, it depends on the gift, bro. I'm a married woman, right? And he said, no, it's just something because I know she just passed, right? At this time, it's probably like June or so. And I said, sure. And I go, what kind of gift? And he goes, well, I'm an artist. Mm-hmm. And I go, well, I'll pay you for that. And he goes, no. It's because you remind me so much of her. Because, mind you, when you're a big fan of something, you spend your time singing. And I was the type of person that would, like, clean my outside quite a bit. I had a lot of flowers. And I have, like, a lot of stuff to do outside my home. It was a big home. And, you do a lot of stuff at home. And I would sing her music. And he was hearing me here. As you know, I do a little bit of singing. And I'm not the greatest at singing, but I do a little bit of singing. And I would sing her songs all the time. Or play her music all the time. And he said, would you accept my gift? And I said, sure. Sure. David's falling. And so I said, yeah. And so what he did was, what was the gift? And he said, well, I'm an artist. And I would like to draw Selena at one of her concerts that I went to. And I said, sure. So he did it for me. And the picture is somewhere in this house. I haven't found it. David says that he thinks he knows where it's at, but we haven't really looked for it because we're doing construction in our house right now. So that's not going to work right now. But when I find that picture, I will gladly show you guys. It was all in pencil. It was all done on charcoal pencil. It's a beautiful rendition of Selena. So that's the story. That's the story of my encounter with of another fan of Selena and somebody who had got out of prison and did this for me. So that was really nice of him. And whoever he is, if you see our channel, God bless you for that picture. He gave it to me and nobody was mad. It was good. It's all good. So I wanted to give you guys that backstory because I want you guys to know that today's final video will be us giving you the song Si Una Vez. If you guys haven't heard Si Una Vez, I think it's one of Selena's greatest hits, even though it's not as...
I love that song.
Even though it's not like so hyped up as Amor Prohibido or Carcacha or El Apartamento 512 or No Me Queda Más or Dreaming of You or whatever cover. This song really shows her ability to sing, and so that's why. But in the next video, we will show you that song, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you guys like my backstory of how I have always been a big fan of Selena. I've known Selena since the 80s.
Who is that?
She started with the Coke commercials and all that. My mom and I used to watch Coke commercials, and I'm like, my mom used to tell me, like, I like her hair, because my mom used to like her kind of cut her hair kind of short and like that bob. And ever since that, we've known Selena Quintanilla. So to us, she was a really big inspiration to a lot of people, and a lot of young people got their foot through the door, especially in the Hispanic community. We don't have a lot of opportunities, but when you have somebody like Selena, who is Mexican American and showed us the way of not only winning over Mexico, like Chihuahua and everything else, but she won over millions of people in the United States, and now we all know who she is due to her crossover, due to who she was, and of course her tragedy. But trust me, I think if there wasn't the tragedy, I think she'd be bigger than Whitney Houston. I think she would be bigger or about the same legacy as Michael Jackson if she doesn't have it now. So we thank you very much, and that's the backstory. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy it. I'm sorry about the background noise, but like I said, we're trying to eat as Emmy eats this big old, well, no longer bowl of soup. Never mind. But we'll see you guys, and the song will be called Si Una Vez. But we'll see you guys in the next video, and she's eating, so...
Can I tell you something? If y'all hear chirping too, I'm eating some too.
So always sending our love from our family to yours. So remember to be empathetic, compassionate, most of all respectful in the comments. Be respectful to each other, and please take care of one another. It's important in these times of turmoil. So God bless you guys, God bless America, and God bless each and every one of you guys. See you guys in the next video. Bye.